start again. It's a redskin.
Hey guys, welcome back. And today is a beautiful day. We finally hit spring in New Mexico. It's about 60 degrees right now, which is actually really nice for New Mexico. We still got a little bit of snow up in the mountains, as you can see up there. But nonetheless, it's really nice, and it's supposed to be even nicer this weekend. Today is Friday. But we are getting forecasted to get some rain like on Tuesday and Wednesday. And so we're back to work on the Civic. It was a long winter. Of course, I didn't get anything done on the car. It's been sitting here parked for probably 3 or 4 months, I guess, and I haven't done anything to it. So first things first, I have to charge the battery because it is always dead. And that is one of the things that I want to do, as far as putting things or doing stuff to the car. And that is replacing that Odyssey battery that I have in there with a regular size battery, because it's always dead for some reason. And even though I shut off the power with the main master switch, battery cutoff, it still dies. And I've checked the alternator to see if it's charging the battery. It is. And so I just don't know. But so I'm gonna just go ahead and swap that out this time. There's a couple of other things that I want to do to the car. I did buy something that I've been saving for the past few months. But another thing that I want to do is, I don't know if you can see this, but there is some oxidation on the Kevlar hood, like towards the back. And I noticed this happening last summer, and it's just what I'm going to do is just sand it with a fine grit and then just polish it. And another thing that I have to do is I'm not sure how that happened, but the bumper came off there. I also have to re-clear these mirrors right there. As you can see, it's starting to peel off. And what else do I want to do? There was this side skirt, and I did this to the other side. I made a little bracket that goes down at the corner to kind of hold this up. As you can see, it's kind of loose, but I made an aluminum bracket that kind of bolts on to the pinch weld with a nut cert or a riv nut, and it kind of holds it tighter. And so I'm gonna go ahead and plug the charger in, and I'm gonna show you what we got in store for the car now. Oh yeah, it's nasty in here. Look at that. It is filthy. I'm gonna have to clean the engine bay, of course. And looks like I had some mice running around here. Luckily they didn't chew on the filter. But one thing that I did get for the valve cover is new bolt down hardware. This particular hardware is nice, but I keep on losing the little O-ring that basically seals this insert here. And so I keep on losing that, and of course I lost the tiny little nuts, these guys right here, that hold the valve cover on. So I went ahead and purchased a set of flush mount hardware, just to make it cleaner. Another thing that I want to do this year is take off these breather hoses. I just don't like the way that looks, and just cap them off, since I have the breathers going to the back of the block anyways. Not sure if that's appropriate or not, but I just don't really like the look of these hoses going around that way. But that's just the way it's going to be, because on the right-hand drive car, usually if it's a left-hand drive, you could run these hoses underneath and then bolt them on back there. But right-hand drive cars are a little different, so that's what we're going to do now. Is I'm going to go ahead and pull off this valve cover, and then we'll install the new stuff. Alright, so this is what you get in the kit. I bought this on eBay. They had, I looked through, I don't know how many listings. Most of the ones that I did see had these particular pieces here, which are the actual covers that go right there. They had writing on them, and I didn't want any writing or branding at all. Actually on these pieces here. So I finally found one that didn't have any of the branding in black anodized. And so basically, I don't know how much I paid, like 26 bucks or something like that. I can't remember, but all of these bolts here replace all of the studs that are on the head. Well, not all of them, but the ones that mount the valve cover. And so you basically got to take off the ones that are on your head, put these ones on, and these will, these little screws here will kind of bolt on to this inserted area right here and give it a cleaner look. That way there's no bolt sticking up or anything like that. And so hopefully it'll look good. Like I say, I do want to cap these off and then just run the lines that go from the back of the engine. So I'm going to go and pull off those studs and then install these, and then we'll get that valve cover on. So I went ahead and cleaned up the mating surfaces of the valve cover, put some more RTV sealant because This is a knockoff Mugen valve cover that I shaved and filled in whatnot, but in order to make it fit, I had to do some other things, and if you guys maybe have watched my last videos, you can see what I did to it. But for some reason, when I bolted on, particularly here and down on that end, there was oil leaking through the seals, even though I had already put some RTV and new valve cover seals. So I have to put RTV sealant on the inside of the valve cover, put the seal on, and then put some more RTV sealant. I did clean the mating surfaces on the head with some brake cleaner, and also cleaned the mating surfaces on the valve cover with the brake cleaner as well. So I got all of these, as you just saw, installed. And this particular kit comes with all of these washers. Has these ones as well, and I'm not sure what those are for. I'm assuming if you have the cover, the wire cover, you would use these ones here. I don't have a wire cover. I did at one time, but it really didn't fit well because, again, this is a Mugen valve cover. It's not like the OEM style where it was, you know, the valve cover would fit. And I did buy a Kevlar one, a cover, and it didn't fit on this. And I made an aluminum one, but it still didn't look too good, so I just took them off. But I think that's what those are for. And then if you put this on here, and then these would go on after to hold the valve cover or the wire cover on. It didn't come with any instructions, so I'm kind of just trying to figure out how this goes. I'm assuming these O-rings go on here like that, if I could get it on with one hand. Okay, so I'm assuming this goes on like this, and then it goes on the valve cover, and that creates a seal between the valve cover and the washer. So we'll go ahead and do that to all of those and get them on, and then we'll get the little bolts installed. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to let this RTV set up a little bit before I do anything, and plus the battery is still charging. It's a fairly simple install, and it kind of gives it a cleaner look. So yeah, if you want to do something like that to your valve cover, that's how you do it.